the battle to be present. It's such a strange phenomenon to me that we struggle to be present. You go, well, what do you mean? We're in the present moment. We're in the present tense. How could we not be present? Because we're stuck in the past about some event that took place that's still plaguing us today. And that's creating a projection into the future of what's going to happen, be it safety or something that's going to take place that maybe you want it to happen or don't want it to happen. And most of the time, these projections are wrong because that would imply we can predict the future. Well, we can't. We're not God. And so these old beliefs will plague us in the present, thinking that they're actually real and happening, and will create a similar future. But it won't actually create that similar future. It's simply the mind, the coping mechanism of survival. We're often scanning for danger, projecting out, thinking someone's judging us. But it's actually we're judging us because of this old paradigm, this old belief. And often these old beliefs are plaguing us. They're inhibiting us. How are you going to be happy and free if you're trapped in some old belief in the past? Something that happened that we keep perpetuating by keep repeating. And so can't be free if we're holding on to this belief, holding that it's true, that it is the gospel, because it happened once and that was our interpretation. But time and time again, I've tested this. For instance, if I go to the post office, my brain says, oh, it's going to be really busy and stressful. It's going to take a long time. Or if I have to run into a store to just get some quick thing, oh, it's a Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a madhouse, et cetera, et cetera. And so it's this part of me that's saying, no, don't hide. Don't do that. You're vulnerable. You're not safe. Even though it doesn't seem like going to a store would lack safety, or the post office. But that's what that part of you is. You're exposed. You're vulnerable. And truth be told, whenever I go to the post office, it's pretty quiet. And when I went to the store the other day and my brain's saying, oh my God, it's going to be really busy, there was maybe 5 cars in the parking lot. And so just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. And so let's get back to the present here. Often with those triggers, let's call them, those things that get activated within us, it triggers that fight, flight, freeze response. And so we want to either freeze, no, don't do it, or run, go away from it, or fight, I'm going to have to battle my way through whatever. But these are lies, and that's really all it comes down to. They're an illusion of facts or a distortion of facts because of something that happened long ago. So the battle to be present is won by being present. And what I mean is this. Those old events aren't happening. The future projections aren't happening. What's happening right now, and this is how we get caught and trapped in the brain, not in the body, not in the heart. They say the heart has an electromagnetic field, something like 1,000 times that of the brain. And when you get trapped in the brain, you actually do start playing small because the brain only knows fear, control, dictation. It wants certainty with everything, right? I want to be certain before I take that action. Well, you can't be certain. The only thing you can be certain of is you want to take that action. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. And so when we become aware of, I'm not present, right, that can stop everything. Because truth be told, like, probably not that much is happening around you at the moment. You have your feet on the floor. Okay, let me focus on my feet on the floor. Let me focus on my breath. Okay, that's what's happening. All right, I have walls around me. Maybe there's a sound from a dehumidifier running. There's some sunlight coming through a window. Maybe you have to get back to work, or maybe you don't feel so well that day. But this is the present moment. This is when life can change. If you stop holding on to those old beliefs. This is the only moment of your life, is the present moment. But if we keep repeating ourselves and holding on to some falsehoods, you're going to be led back to where you always have been, right? It's the same path back. But if you say, maybe I don't know the path, I'm not certain of the path. The path starts right here, the new path. If you're trying to feel free and feel lighter, the brain isn't really that necessary most of the time. Because it's only when you're projecting out and trapped in these old pains that the brain is ruminating 1,000 times a day, right? About the same crap that is ruminated 1,000 times yesterday. But when you say like, well, all right, I'm safe. Look, let me look around. My feet are on the floor. I'm grounded. I'm safe. Nothing is happening. There's no one threatening me. Fear and danger are two very different things. Let me say that again. Fear and danger are two very different things. Fear is this projection of I'm going to be hurt because of some irrational belief within myself. Danger is something is actually, oh my God, there's a lion right there, or some guy with a knife. Okay, that's danger. Fear often stops us from living. Fear often stops us from living. And what's often happening is our central nervous system is always trying to regulate itself. So you couple that with fear. What's it going to say then? Don't do it. Stay home. It's safer at home. It's safer to not try. Well, what can happen when you try? You can fail. People will see that I've failed. I'm a failure. That's where shame is. Something Brene Brown said that was brilliant. She said, like, shame only thrives in darkness and when you're alone. Because when you get out there and you're doing it, you don't feel ashamed. And, you know, when you're with others and friends and people cheering you on, you don't feel shame. You feel like, oh, I can do anything. And so the present moment is this expansive space. And it quiets the mind when we get into the body, because I don't need, the mind is talking because of fears. It's ruminating because of fears and this self-perpetuation of danger that doesn't exist. And when you start getting into these places, you go, oh yeah, this isn't helping me. This isn't setting me free, nor is it protecting me from the very thing it claims to be protecting from. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It is creating the fear. It is creating that projection of danger. Therefore, I will stop. I will not do whatever. This is the illusion of the mind. And so when we get back to not what are other people thinking, because that's the other dangers, we're projecting to what others are now thinking, making them bigger than us. She knows better. He knows better. He's got this. He's got that. She's got this. What does that do? That's the brain, once again, making us smaller. Projecting out that all these other people are perfect and that we are the ones with the shortcomings. But truth be told, in this present moment, you breathe into this present moment, you get grounded in this present moment, you feel the couch, the floor, the air, the sunlight. This is the present moment. Those other things are not happening. And in this present moment, only in this present moment, can you find that joy, that freedom, that creativity, that purposeful life, that hope and harmony, that flow that we are seeking. And it is the battle for the present moment, because we must continuously work at this. I hope this has helped in some small way, and I hope you have a great day. Keep fighting for the light.